Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Beat podcast, recorded live at Health in Las Vegas. I'm so excited to be with Dylan Papa today. He is the Senior Vice President of Commercial Growth for Payments Optimization at Zelis. Dylan's been helping shape Zelis' solution since 2013 when he joined, and he became a key part of the payments team in 2015. They're transforming the industry, and I'm excited to have him here to tell us how. So, Dylan, thanks for joining us.
Oh, thank you for having me. Excited to be here.
Yeah, how's the meeting going for you so far?
So far, so good. It's a 24-hour splash at HLTH, my first one. So
Awesome.
Sleep's been minimal, but a lot of great collaboration, a lot of great conversation. The show's been awesome.
Good. Glad to hear it. Glad the experience has been good for you. Look, give us a little level set. What does Zelis do?
Yeah, so Zelis is a payments technology company specializing in healthcare. Overall, from a high-level perspective, mission statement is to really modernize the healthcare financial experience. Today, we do that through three pillars of our business. Call it more front-end member engagement, as well as analytical tools for network design of payers. The middle, call it business unit, being more of that cost containment, payment integrity services. And then the final business unit being the Zelis Advanced Payments Platform, which is where, as you mentioned, I've been focusing a lot of my time over the better part of the last 10 years.
Fantastic. Well, excited to dig in a little bit more. How is the healthcare payments ecosystem evolving to foster stronger collaboration between payers and providers? It's rocky, right? And what are the most promising levers for reducing friction and building trust?
Yeah, it is rocky and it has been rocky, but we're seeing a resurgence of payers and providers wanting to collaborate more now more than ever, especially over the last couple of years. Really, what we see is providers are in search for secure, simple, and expedited transactions. And then when you wrap that around in data to give them more empowerment, that's what they're looking for. And what that does is, from a payer perspective, really increases the overall payables process. From a provider perspective, increases the receivables and really infuses $2 trillion into the healthcare ecosystem, which is at any point in time a large percent of the GDP, right? So when you think about that, an example is a couple months ago, we were able to turn a Arizona-based integrated delivery network live on Zelis, and instantly they were able to take over $500 million in transactions that traditionally would go out via paper check, converted those to electronic, not only decreased administrative costs to the plan, but decreased administrative costs to thousands of providers while increasing the NPS as well. So that's just, again, a great example or testament to what we're doing over here at Zelis.
Yeah, look, it's digitizing, it's speeding up the process overall, and ultimately making it easier for everybody.
Yeah.
So what metrics or outcomes should healthcare leaders prioritize when they're evaluating the success of payment modernization efforts like the one you just shared, beyond speed and cost savings?
Yeah, speed and cost savings are paramount, but I'd say that's ultimately starting to become table stakes in the industry, especially when you hear even outside of healthcare just how transactional services are becoming more and more modernized. What we see going a layer deeper from a provider perspective is our providers and payers using the transactional level data to understand overpayments, underpayments, reduce denials. Are they using those transactional level data to understand their entire, call it, ecosystem of payments? So a provider being able to look through one pane of glass and see all transactions, all data that they're receiving on behalf of 20, 30, 50, 100 payers in one platform. And then lastly, really from a financial perspective, are they able to understand their net patient revenue? Are they able to kind of forecast their business a little bit more efficiently? And here at Zelis, we have a saying, when data leads versus lags, it really becomes a powerful tool to kind of grow and drive their business and take action on.
I think that's great. Yeah, when you can actually leverage your data
That's right.
to know where you're going versus where you've been, that's where the magic starts to happen.
Absolutely. And again, healthcare data, it's hard. It's not easy. It's one of the most complex transactions in the world. Again, we're working hard each and every day to get it to table stakes as much as we can.
That's great. No, I appreciate you sharing that, Dylan. And how do you collaborate or identify new partners that advance Zelis' mission and solve healthcare payments challenges just like you guys?
It's a great question. From a technology investment perspective, we really look at it probably through three lenses. Do we bridge, or does it bridge the gap between payer and provider? Does it bridge the gap, as we mentioned, between data and action? And does it bridge the gap between member and care? And ultimately, all we're trying to do is drive simplicity into the system and drive transactions to flow as seamlessly as possible from end to end. The way that we look at measuring that is always administrative savings. Like, do we save admin costs to the provider? Do we save admin costs to the payer? But then also, do we put the member in a little bit more control and give them more visibility than maybe they had before?
Got it. Yeah, I hear that number is increasing, member payments. Do you want to talk to that at all?
Yeah, absolutely. It is. I think When you think about the new age of consumers and you think about ultimately what they want, consumerism, especially in the younger generations, has been very transparent and open. And members are looking for that same experience within healthcare. They're also looking for customized benefit plans and solutions that help kind of meet them where they are and don't just put them into the general PPO type based plans. That being said, the transaction becomes even more important, but also the engagement becomes even more important. And we're starting to see that. We used to see in some of the smaller payer spaces, but now even large national payers are starting to adopt that and provide those custom type plans to those members that are seeking it.
Great. Thank you for that. So Dylan, what does Zelis see as the next frontier in healthcare payments, and what's standing in the way of getting there?
Yeah, so imagine a world where you have a payer, complex business rules over the last 10, 15, 20, 50 years perhaps, legacy systems, you have different platforms through acquisition or different lines of business. Imagine a provider that has essentially the same thing on the other end of the spectrum. Multiple locations, multiple different strategies, multiple different databases that they utilize, EHRs they process claims out of. And then back to our earlier comment, imagine a member that's just looking for more transparency. Take that and then think of a platform that could harmonize all that and ensure transactions flow as seamlessly as possible, as well as data flows as seamlessly as possible, and let the onboarding experience be, again, as seamless as possible. And that's ultimately the Zelis Advanced Payments platform and what we've been building for the past few years and what we're continuously scaling each and every day to kind of meet the needs of payers, providers, and consumers, but also get in front of what those future needs might be.
And Dylan, what's holding it back now? Like, is it a data thing?
It is, but realistically, again, it's data fragmentation. Absolutely. It's treasury inconsistencies from a money flow perspective. And it's just fragmented ecosystems as well as just technology stacks that weren't built with the demand of velocity that perhaps providers and consumers are expecting from it today.
Got it. Thanks for that. So looking ahead for the next 3 to 5 years, what bold bet is Zelis making that you believe is truly going to transform the healthcare experience?
Yeah, we're betting that the healthcare payment turns from an administrative process to a strategic asset. Providers will receive payments where, when, and how they want. Data will be embedded and fully transparent and understandable throughout every single end of that spectrum. And members will have level of engagement pre, during, and even post-care. And really boils down to speed, it boils down to transparency, and it boils down to control that we're trying to give every single constituent in healthcare and just fuse them closer together.
Speed, transparency, and control. What else do you want?
That's it. Sounds easy, right?
Well, listen, it sounds like you guys are doing a phenomenal job. For those providers tuning into today thinking, wow, this could potentially be the thing for us. How can they engage with you? How can they reach out?
Yeah, absolutely. Definitely visit our website. There's tools within that for providers to outreach to us directly. Hopefully, most providers that are tuning in already have heard of Zelis in one way, shape, or form, but definitely visit that website. It'll give you the tools depending on what you're looking for and the right people to ultimately engage with.
Thank you for that, Dylan. Folks, there you have it. Dylan Papa. He's the Senior Vice President of Commercial Growth Payments Optimization at Zelis. In the show notes, you're going to have the quick notes summary of our discussion today on the podcast, but you also see a website there that you could click on and check out Zelis to learn more. Dylan, this has been a pleasure. So glad that you were able to join us.
Likewise. Thank you so much for the time.